I've seen estimates in the $3 to $10 billion range at that point. At this point, obviously, nobody's filed any claims, so they're projections more than anything else.
That seems very low. Is that because the majority of the damage will be uninsured losses?
Yes, most of it will be, as Jackie just said, flood damage rather than wind damage. And flood is insured only if you have a national flood insurance policy or some business policies, but mostly not covered.
Any way to estimate how many of we're seeing video of these people, these neighborhoods absolutely ravaged? How many people may have had the kind of insurance that will protect them?
Typically in coastal areas, you have greater use of flood insurance, but possibly 25–30% of homeowners would have it in those cases. And the further,
why is it so low, Stephen?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, the federal government subsidizes the cost, so it's not even a full price. I think most people assume it's never going to happen to them, and that it's therefore an unnecessary expense from their point of view.
There are going to be thousands, if not tens of thousands of families that are going to go back to their homes, realize there's 4 feet of water, their home is effectively ruined, and they don't have insurance. There's going to be a huge pushback on the insurance industry from that. You realize that?
There has been every time. Last year in Houston from Harvey, the same kind of problem. Tremendous losses from flooding, relatively few people. And Houston's a city that, of course, floods a lot. You would think virtually everybody there would have flood insurance. Didn't turn out to be true. And this is true in many places around the country.
But then how do we fix that? Because let's say that your neighbor has flood insurance. You do not. Your neighbor's house is rebuilt. Your house is abandoned. It's filled with mold. The whole neighborhood now is suffering because a couple of people don't have it as well. They've lost everything.
Right.
Everybody loses in that scenario, Stephen. How do we fix it?
There are a couple of suggestions that I think come to mind. One of the real problems the private insurance industry has is that the flood maps are, in generally speaking, not
They're
current.
old. They're bad.
They're not reliable. And if you're going to price the product in order to do it on a financially sound basis, you need to understand the risk exactly, much more so anyway than we have in present terms. So that's number one. Number two, we have to have more people buying the stuff. Maybe if we included it as part of the general homeowners package.
Yeah.
So when you paid, now that would raise the homeowners premium and change the decisions about what people would do in terms of their residence purchasing, might move more people into apartments. But that would be another way to get some traction.
We'll see. 3 to 10.